welcome to another edition of AH Live. And we are back live, back from Berks Jazz Festival, which was such a blast. Oh my goodness. We had so much fun. It was an extended hang at Berks. I think I was in Pennsylvania a total of 6 days. And but in terms of performing, 5 shows in 4 days, and we'll talk about all of that. The anniversary show, the Chuck Loeb tribute, the Nick Corleone tribute, of course, the late night jams. I've got tons of pictures and tons of video as well. So I thought we'd take an episode. In fact, there's so much content. I'm going to split it across today and next week because it was so incredible. Just all of the incredible artists, and of course, the chance to pay tribute to Nick was incredible as well. So we'll talk about all that and see some of the footage and the video, and we'll have some more for you next week too. Also, we're on the road this week. We're going to be in Akron and also in Charlotte. We'll be in Akron on Saturday at Blue Jazz, and we'll be in Charlotte at Middle C. So really hope to see you all out this weekend. Haven't been to Akron since before the shutdown. That was one of my last shows. That was a Valentine's show in 2020. And then Charlotte, I believe this is my first time to Charlotte. It is. So very excited to be at Middle C. A lot of great artists have been playing there. So excited to be there this Sunday night. It's an early show. I think it's a 6 p.m. show. So hope to see you guys there. But hey, you know, we got to get started with a little bit of music, right? Just to get us going. Before we do that, do us a favor, click share on this episode so we can spread the good vibes. And don't forget to follow Adam Holly Artist page so that you can join us every Wednesday and also know about everything that's going on. Right now, it's a lot of tour dates, so we're excited. But real quick, let me do a little tune for you from the new record. I got a message from the promoter for the Room VIP Fest. VR Room VIP Fest in Durham, and his name's Ted Rogers, and he said, man, love this track. And so, of course, I appreciated the compliment, and then I was like, man, it's a fun tune. I should play it tonight. So it is track 9 off of the new album. It's called Undeniable. goodness, we are getting warmed up. That was hot. That was hot. That was a little bit of Undeniable from the brand new record, Rising Up. Shout out to Donald Hayes on the horn arrangement on there. And that was an incredible band on there. That's Trevor Lawrence Jr. on drums, who tours with Herbie Hancock. He's worked with Dr. Dre, Alicia Keys. Who else is on there? Ramon Islas on keyboards. I co-wrote it with my good buddy Carnell Harrell. He's playing some keys on there. That's actually me on bass, believe it or not, on my Fender Jazz. So a little bit of Undeniable. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Very excited. As I mentioned, I've grabbed a few choice clips from the past week from the Berks Jazz Festival. So I'm going to air those in just a minute. But real quick before we do that, just want to remind y'all, if you want to help out and support the show, and you guys have been amazing with that, so I want to thank you again. But if you want to support, just click the link in the description, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. You can also get to my website if you want to grab any of the records. And a lot of you have been jumping on stars on Facebook, which is amazing. So appreciate you guys. You can also do that as well. And without further ado, I hope you enjoy just a few snippets from the Berks Jazz Festival. Here we go.
got stuff that tells you what it's all about. I got bring it down again. Soul, we got soul, the whole band got soul. I got soul, we got soul, the whole band got soul. I got soul, we got soul, the whole band got soul. I got soul, we got soul, the whole band got soul. You got soul. You got soul, say yeah. You got soul. 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 Now bring it down one more time. Bring it down one more time. Ooh, I like that. That was nice. That was nice.
Berks. So much fun hanging out. And there were a bunch of clips in there. Like I said, 5 shows in 4 days. It was so much fun. Well, you know what time it is. It's time to bring in my lovely wife, Kat, with the Cat Cam. There she is. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just watching Berks.
Yeah, there's a lot to watch.
I know, right?
And you look gorgeous tonight.
Thank you. I wanted to do like a little Easter something, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. It's coming up. It's coming up this Sunday. Speaking of which, we're going to be on the road this weekend. So we hope to see you all. We're Saturday in Akron. Here, I'll throw it up here. At Blue Jazz, and I saw a few people chime in saying looking forward to the show. And then Sunday, which is Easter Sunday, but we are performing that evening at Middle C in Charlotte. So come on through. Like I said, I think it's an early show, either 6 or 7 p.m. And we will be there. Kat will be hanging as well. And very excited to be back in those 2 cities. We've never played Charlotte. And then last time we were at Blue Jazz, remember, that was right before the shutdown.
It was.
Valentine. That was a cold weekend.
Oh, my gosh. It was so cold.
So we flew into Detroit, but then we rented a car, drove to Akron. We got into Akron at like 1 in the morning. Mm-hmm. It was like 5 degrees. And then the hotel, amazing hotel, but they didn't have like an area to like park in front of the hotel.
Lot, yeah.
So you had to go park in a garage, then drag the bags. And of course I didn't have gloves, me being a Californian. And so anyways, but we had a great show. So yeah, excited to be back there. We'll Akron Saturday and then Charlotte on Sunday. And then next week we'll be out as well. We've got St. James on Thursday night next week. Very excited to be back in Atlanta. Seabreeze on Saturday. And then Lights Vegas on Sunday. And then you may be wondering, why am I listing dates? Well, because the next one is the cruise, and I saw an Ask Kat in the comments. They said, Kat, are you going to be on the second week of the cruise? What do you say?
I am, yes. I'll be on both.
Right, there we go. Kat's going to be on both weeks.
First and second.
I'm going to be on both weeks too. So we'll see you there. Very excited. A lot of emails have been floating around about all of the events that are going to be happening on the cruise. So we're getting the music together. We have rehearsals in about 2 weeks. So very excited. I've got several events I'm popping up. I have a solo show. I have a co-bill show. Me and Julian are going to jam together. I've got another acoustic show, which is going to be fun. What else are we doing? Oh, there's always the Guitar Summit. That's going to be a blast. All of the guitarists get together. There's the gospel show. There's the All-Star. Did I leave anything out? Oh, you're going to be jamming with Ellis Hall on a blues show.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that
Harken
one.
back to my blues roots. I had a blues band when I was in high school, so I'm going to pull out those chops.
And what was the name of that band again?
We don't need to talk about that. So this is kind of like, it's funny, a lot of bands go through this. They get a gig before they have a name. And so we had to come up with a name to tell the promoter. I forget what our very first gig was, but we had to come up with a name. And so I didn't have anything. And then the other two members of the band were Jake and Sarah. They were the drummer and the bassist, and they were dating at the time as well. But Jake lived on like a farm, and they had a barn. And there was a pigeon they found in the barn, and they had named it Mo. So there you go. The name of the band was Mo Pigeon.
Mo Pigeon.
And I can't tell you how many times I told people that, and they said, well, you can always change the name. As opposed to like, oh, cool name, or what's the story behind that? You
Right.
know? So anyways, very excited about the cruise. It's going to be a blast, sailing out of Amsterdam to the British Isles.
Right.
And so we got a lot of stuff coming up. So what are the vibes out there? What are people talking about?
Well, can we do just a little technical thing really quick?
Okay.
Can I please use your phone?
Oh, your phone? You got the iPhone blues?
Yeah, my
Okay.
phone is not acting right. She's being difficult. Thank you. Okay. All right. So the vibes out here are.
Well, maybe we
super
don't know.
excited.
If your phone wasn't working, how do you know
Well,
what
I saw it before.
Oh, okay, you had it earlier. That's funny.
So many people really enjoyed the song that you opened the
Yeah,
show with.
Undeniable. Track 9
Undeniable.
off of Rising Up. See, now I can't see I'm going to grab my iPad. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do your thing.
And a lot of you were surprised at how like different the song was. Some of you, I saw that it sounded like really bluesies. Other people loved the smooth sound. So Undeniable really, really like kind of crosses paths like with different sounds. People are laughing at your Mo Pigeon.
Okay. That's not encouraging.
So Kristen Jordan says someone's 60th birthday is tomorrow.
Oh.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Kristen.
birthday.
Wow, 60th. That's a big one. So what are you guys going to do? Tell us in the comments how you're going to celebrate. If you're going to keep it safe indoors or outdoors, or what are you guys going to do? And, Kristen says thank you. And then, of course, when you were showing all of the clips from Berks, people were chiming in left and right. So many dancing emojis, so many fire emojis.
Nice.
Joseph England said, yeah, Adam, you're shredding. When you played the first clip,
Yeah.
I believe you had like the red coat
So
on.
that was a tune called No Limits, Nick Corleone's tunes. And yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, of course, it was a huge honor to be a part of Berks, and we paid homage to Nick in a couple of different shows. But there's some responsibility there. If you guys can imagine, especially playing the melody, you got to really own the song and really know it. You can't kind of like, oh, I basically know it. So I spent the 2 weeks up until Berks playing all of his songs that I had to learn every day. And in addition, I also had to learn, Everett Harp was nice enough to ask me to play on one of his tunes on the anniversary show, and Brian Bromberg was nice enough to ask me to play on one of his tunes as well. So I had about 8 tunes to learn. And so, yeah, it was, it was a bit of responsibility, but I had so much fun doing it. It was a blast. So, yeah, I just basically just listened to him over and over and over and over, and, kind of got him in my spirit, and then just played him every day. And,
And Jocelyn Roach said that the tribute to Nick Corleone was
Oh, thank you.
And she also said that her parents are celebrating 59 years
Wow.
today.
Amazing.
I know.
59.
Jeez.
Wow.
That's a really long time.
That is. That's incredible.
And when you guys were doing the jam, when it was like all of you, I think it was Keiko, you, it was Gerald. Who else I saw up there? Tony Polizzi.
Well, here, I've got pictures. Funny you ask.
Yeah.
Let's go through these
Well,
here.
Daphne Harris, during that jam, she said, "Oh my gosh, it's a party." It totally was.
Well, yeah, let's throw these up here because I grabbed a bunch of
Okay.
pictures. A lot of these are from Helen Taylor. Shout out to Helen,
Thank you, Helen.
wife of Al Taylor, ACT Jams, dear friend of ours. The whole Taylor family, they're all dear friends. And so, so here we go. So this was from the. This is the Chuck Loeb Jam. So let's see. We've got Bobby Lyle in here. We've got Patty Austin, Karen Briggs, Keiko Matsui, Eric Marienthal. There's John and Susie Ernesto over there on the middle right. Who else is in here? Michael Tazi, radio personality, Gerald Veasley, Everett Harp, Rick Braun. Incredible. So much fun. And so here's a few pictures from that. Helen caught me. I don't know what I was doing. Taking a break. Thanks, Kat.
Resting the back.
Posing. Here we go. I'm working more here. I'm looking for the note. These are all pics from the Chuck Loeb tribute on Thursday night. Here's a picture from that Bobby Lyle jam. That was a lot of fun. Here we go. Jam with Everett Harp. See, I feel like I'm tall until I stand next to Everett. It's like, dang. Okay, so here is the lineup for the anniversary show. And so I believe it was the 31st anniversary of Berks. And so incredible lineup. We all did two of our own tunes. And then, as I mentioned, I also jumped on an Everett Harp tune and a Brian Bromberg tune, and we also paid tribute to Nick at the very end. We played The Godfather. So here's a few pics from that. I got some air. Helen caught me at the peak of my jump. Julian Vaughn, I posted this. Julian Vaughn said, "Man, you got some hops." These are more. Oh, me and Eric Marienthal dueling. This was on Can You Feel It? A couple more from that. And nice black and white noir kind of look from Helen. Oh, she's got some chops with the camera there.
Yeah, these are nice photos.
Here's me and Everett dueling. I look like I'm 5'4" next to him. He's a large man. I think we got one more with Everett. That was a blast. We played a tune of his called All Jazzed Up. And then I just got two more pictures. These are from the Nick Corleone tribute. So we had quite the string section to pay homage to Nick. There in the middle is Chiele Minucci of special effects, and over on the left is JJ San Savarino. So we had such a blast. We all traded off on a number of Nick's tunes, and then we dueled. We did an all-guitar duel on Europa by Santana, which was a blast. So it was a really nice event. And then this is everybody at the very end on stage, and so it was really nice. Eric Darius popped up. Who else we got up here? We got an incredible horn section. We had Gerald Veasley, Lamar Jones on bass. There's Chiele. Who else is up here? Eddie Bacchus on sax. Kayla Waters and Kim Waters. Colin Clausen. There's JJ. And Jason Grant on drums. And he dressed for the occasion. He looked incredible. So it was an incredible time. Huge thanks to John for having us, and it was an amazing 4 days of music. It was a lot of fun. So very excited to be back. I think the last time I was there was in 2018. So it was awesome to be back.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Dave Fritz said that he had never heard of. Let me go back. He had never heard of. Oh my gosh, I just said his name. Guitar player.
Oh, thank you,
Tony.
Nicole Caselli. She also mentioned I was missing Also, Brian Simpson and
Oh,
Mesa
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
That's right.
too many people to remember. Thank you, Nicole.
So Dave Fritz said that he had never heard of Tony Polizzi before seeing the show.
Oh, Tony's incredible. I met Tony when he moved to LA. He's from Cleveland, and met him about 10 years ago. And yeah, really great player. And he's been popping up everywhere. He's on the Dave Koz cruise. He's been playing with Rick and a bunch of different people. So great player.
Yeah, and super cool.
Yeah.
And someone said that Brian
Bromberg.
I need to put my glasses on. Said that he was really taken aback by your playing.
Wow. Hopefully in a good way. Not taken aback like.
No. And someone said that Rick was trying to tell jokes during sound malfunction.
So we had the anniversary show was incredible, but yes, we had a couple of moments. Keiko's piano, they had to take some time to figure out how to make it work. It worked great at sound check, and then all of a sudden during the show, no sound. But then also the first song that Brian Bromberg did, I was on, that was called Quarantine. He blew up his amp during the song, and then it took about 10 minutes for them to get him another amp. And so, yeah, Eric and Rick were trying to tell what they dubbed dad jokes. And, so anyways, it was pretty funny.
Oh, dad jokes.
Yeah. And then I had a couple afterwards. I said, hey, I had a couple. They said, man, you should have went up there. I said, I don't know. You guys had it handled.
Diane Barnes says, Adam, you're too young to forget. No, Adam forgets all the time.
Dang, thanks.
I do too, actually, but more than you.
Wesley Taylor said they were terrible jokes. Well, there you go.
Yeah, so Linda
I'm trying to remember what they were.
Linda Boney said the jokes were terrible. Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's really hard for people to think on the fly, like when stuff happens like that, because you go on stage just like, okay, I'm gonna play, and then when something goes wrong, you'll say, okay, it's gonna take them like 30 seconds to fix it, and when 30 seconds turns into 5 minutes, you're standing there and you kind of don't want to leave the stage because you don't want like the momentum to be gone. And but then when you're on there and you're not really like making it any better, you can lose everything.
Well, remember
just
that happened.
as fast.
That happened in Norfolk at Brothers, the second show of the second night. We go up there, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Hawley, Marcus Anderson. Nothing. Silence.
Yes.
And then me and Marcus look at each other. We're like, you know any jokes?
Yeah.
Y'all want to hear? I have 3 terrible musician jokes.
No.
They want to hear them. They want to hear them. Okay.
They don't want to hear them.
I'll rifle them real quick. They all have to do with musicians coming to the door. So, how do you know a trombone player is at the door?
How?
Your pizza's here. I need some sound effects.
Why? Because they can't get work?
Right, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Okay. 2 more, real quick. How do you know a drummer is at the door? The knock speeds up. And the final one, this is for you, Kat. This is for you. How do you know a singer is at the door? They don't have the key. They don't know when to come in. And the crowd goes mild. Anyways.
Look at Daphne Harris is doing the face palm emoji.
Oh, Dave Fritz has a good one. I write songs about sewing machines. I'm a singer-songwriter. Or so, S-E-W, it seems.
Oh my gosh.
Daphne Harris she put like 10 emojis of a hand over her face.
Well, they're starting to do that now because, is it Giannis from
Giannis
Minnesota?
Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and so he started doing jokes at his press conferences after the games, and so now on ESPN, Shaq and Kenny, Charles Barkley, who am I missing? Who's the other commentator on that show?
Shaq, Charles Barkley, Kenny Jet Smith, and Ernie. Ernie Johnson.
So now on their show, they do jokes and they have them written out so they can say them, and it's just so funny because they're not It's funny because they're not funny. Nicole Caselli says, stick to your day job, Adam.
Dang, gosh,
And
this
then
is harsh.
Sharon Bradley says, keep playing your guitar.
This is harsh. I think they're amusing.
I told you they didn't want to hear it.
Dang.
So let's go to our photos.
Okay. Oh, we have those
Yes.
for next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we don't have just one.
No.
I thought we had like an Easter photo.
We don't. We have it for next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, sorry to get you guys hopes up.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought we had a
tune
lot
in.
of photos
Tune
for
in
today.
next week. Tune in next week.
But yeah, so we have a Ask Adam
Okay.
that was from last week.
Okay.
And actually, someone had emailed it to me.
Okay.
And so let me pull
Let's
it
see
up.
if that telephone works over there. I swear she's trying to get an upgrade. That's what she's angling
I'm
at.
not trying to
See,
get
I
an
gotta
upgrade.
have a 13, the iPhone 13. I don't even know what they're at now.
I don't either.
We're still rocking our 10S or 10R, whatever it is.
So a fun little fact about iPhones. So both Adam and I have had iPhones since the original iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
And when Adam and I were dating, I think it was like the first year we were dating. And he's like, what do you want for Christmas? And I said, well, I really want a new phone. And so I can like do everything that I need to do, you know, like photos, emails,
Right.
whatnot. And so he bought me an iPhone.
Yeah.
And it was really, really nice because when I went to school after getting it, people were like flipping out. They were like, where did you get this? I'm like, my boyfriend bought it for me.
Some brownie points.
Right? So Harold Jordan, he asked, what do the initials MBF stand for? So MBF is Adams LLC.
It's my record label. So so it stands for Music Business Family, and so that's the name of my record label. As you know, when I started out, I was on Kalimba Music, which was founded by Maurice White, and then after my first 2 albums, I became independent. So that's what started MBF, and so Rising Up and Escape originally came out on that label, and then I also reissued my first 2 albums on that label. So now they're all on that label, and so there you go. That's the behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, Jocelyn Roach said, love that, MBF.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Talking about the iPhone, Diane Barnes says, the key to her heart.
The iPhone. Not roses, not chocolates. An iPhone.
This is so funny. Allison Fader says, question, what did you call a drummer with no girlfriend? The answer is homeless.
Oh, I've heard that's a good one. I've heard that one.
That's so
I got one more. If you didn't love the first 3, how do you get a guitar player to turn down? You put sheet music in front of them. It's a little bit more of an inside joke, but guitar players are notoriously bad sight readers, so that's one, you can really offend a guitar player that way. Okay. Anyways.
LaRonda Garrett says, was it hard to start your own label?
Well, I mean, the actual, starting it, no, but, you just start it and file for the name. But I think the more difficult thing is the day-to-day. Now you're on the hook for, accounting, for taxes, instead of having somebody say, hey, this is when your next album is coming out, make sure I have it done by this date, you have to set those dates yourself and stick to them. And then the other thing, too, is the financial ramifications of it. When you have your own label, now you're funding your projects yourself as opposed to having somebody sign you and give you a sum of money to then go make the record. But the benefit of that is when you make it yourself, now you own it as opposed to a record label own it. So, there's pluses and minuses. It's, everyone's situation is different. And for some people, being on a label is the best scenario and what's best for them. And for some people, being independent is what works for them. For me, I'm very involved in the day-to-day and, enjoy keeping up on all of those little details, responding to emails, deadlines. I'm very task-oriented, and so it works for me. And for some people, they really want to just focus on the music and not have to deal with the minutia, deal with the business side of things. And so, for some people, being on a label is perfect because they can just be creative all day long and have someone else deal with, the day-to-day type of things. So yeah, it just depends. Depends on what works for you.
Depends on what works for you. Kurt Smith says, Adam, that's a shirt I would wear.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm trying. Got my button-down game going. So.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
There was another question. I feel so bad because, it was from Nicole Caselli, I believe. And she said that you have so many guitars. How do you choose which one that you're going to use for what?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's exactly how you choose them. It depends on what you're doing. So one of the reasons I have a lot of guitars is when I'm doing recording sessions, I may have to grab different sounds. Before, when I was doing a lot of touring with different artists, you would need different guitars for different genres. You would need backups. So, for instance, when I was out with Jennifer Lopez, I would have the guitar I would play, but then I'd have a backup. And then every guitar that you play needs a backup. So I have a lot of duplicates, mostly for being on tour. For my own show, I used to play a Gibson quite a bit. And about 5 years ago, I transitioned into using this Paul Reed Smith that you see me with all the time now. And it's just a great guitar. It's just really versatile. I can get the jazzy, clean sound that I want. That is my sound for my records. But then also it sounds great. If you were at Berks, you heard me play, some kind of bluesy and rock type guitar solos, and it sounds great for that. It's just really versatile. So, definitely versatility is important. But also just, what genre am I playing and what fits that the best. So I think I'm up to 32 guitars now. You need acoustic, you need, steel string, which is what you kind of strum on, nylon, which is like classical or flamenco style. There's a lot of different types of electric guitars. There's bass guitars. There's piccolo bass, which is like a higher bass sound, like what Julian Vaughn or Wayman Tisdale, what their sound is. So, you got to, get a variety in order to get all those different sounds. So
I guess.
You seem skeptical.
Well, because it just takes up, you would think 32 guitars, but they also have chords and cases and different
and
things
there's the
to
pedals
go,
and there's the
pedals.
amps.
So it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So there's guitar stuff in different areas all over the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Will Prince says 32 with a mind blown emoji.
Right, yeah. Oh, shout out to William, incredible saxophonist up in Connecticut. We're working on a track for him, so stay tuned for that, for sure.
And Vernon Parson is watching. Hi, Vernon.
What's up, Vernon? Great bassist. We're going to see him soon at the Lyman Center, and I think we have at least one other gig this year, too. So, great bass player. What's up, Vernon from Philly?
And Joycelyn Roach says, sounds like me with purses. All your guitars. Same with me. And jewelry. Well, I
see how you're turning this around now.
A collection of rings and earrings. I'm just obsessed. And then, of course, handbags.
Of course.
What can you say? You need different colors and styles and sizes.
Of course you do.
It just all changes.
Yeah. No. I guess we have our vices.
We do. But I think that is all for... Oh, Wesley Taylor says, do you have a favorite guitar that you play?
Yeah, well, I guess the favorite one would be this PRS that you see me doing my shows with, just because, it's what I've been using. It's what I play mostly. I do play a different guitar at church when I'm in town, but it's also a Paul Reed Smith, a PRS. But yeah, this guitar is what I play the most. I would say this one, and then I have a Sir Stratocaster, which is similar to a Fender Strat, and that's another guitar that gets played a lot on a lot of sessions. So those are probably the ones that get used the most.
All right. Well, that is it for our Ask Adam.
Awesome. Well, thank you, honey. Well,
You're
we will
welcome.
see you next week.
See you guys next week. Happy Easter.
All right. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And as I mentioned, if you're anywhere near Akron on Saturday, come through Blue Jazz. It is going to be so much fun. And then on Sunday evening, we will be at Middle C in Charlotte. And next week, then we have St. James, Seabreeze, Also, by the way, if you're at Seabreeze, the show I'm doing is an after party, but it's an actual show. It's not a jam. And that will be at 10:30 on Saturday night. It is a separately ticketed show, so grab your tickets for that. And then we'll be at City of Lights the following day. And finally, Lyman Center on May 7th before we hit the cruise. So excited to see you all out on the road. So I want to finish up with a tune, and I had so much fun at the jams. We did these late night jams and at Berks, and so it made me think of we played a lot of standards, which I hadn't played a lot of these standards since I was in college. And so I figure I'd pull out a standard that you guys would definitely recognize. It needs no introduction. And I hope you enjoy it. We'll close out the show this way. Just a little bit of summertime to get us started. Or actually, to wrap us up, I should say. Thank you so much for tuning in on Sunday. And we will be back next week with a few more clips from Berks. It was an incredible time, and I have some more incredible footage to share with you guys. Hope to see you this weekend on the road. See you next week. Peace.